We're at the storage unit and we've already done a very awesome video on a storage unit, right? That we had cleared out. That stuff's going to be on the Bearded Thrift Machine. But in the trailer, we have now got to put a lot of this stuff in our storage unit. We're going to go to the booth today. We have a lot of stuff to get done, but at least it's a beautiful day. It's like 10 degrees outside and it's raining and it's cold. So let's go ahead. We got Dad here. We're going to give him a whole bunch of stuff that we found also. So I'm just excited to go through some more junk. So we are in the trailer. We gave Dad and Mom a whole bunch of cool stuff. They can sell in their booth and sell online and stuff. And then this is the remnants of that big storage unit that we did, which is pretty crazy because a lot of stuff is already at our house that we took. But there is a lot of stuff in these boxes. One of the cool things that we got out of that storage unit was a whole bunch of these, like 200 or 400 of the actual bubble wrap. So if you want to see that video, I'm telling you, it is one to watch on the Bearded Thrift Machine. What we're gonna do is go ahead and load this all in one of our, like our sorting area, the storage unit area. If you don't know how this works, if you're new to this channel, we run, I always forget to say this, we run an eBay reselling business. So this is one of the things that we've been getting into is buying storage units. What we've noticed is because we only work out of our house on a small scale, right? We don't have any place for storage at our house or anything. So we rent 3 big storage units right down the street from us where we do this. So this stuff right here will be into one of the bays in here, and I'll show you where we're gonna put it at. And this is more like our sorting area, correct?
Yes.
Where we bring all of this stuff in here. Now we've already pre-sorted this stuff when it comes to trash, correct? So that stuff's already thrown away. This is all good stuff. So what we do is we put it right here. Put a big load of stuff in here, and then from that point, what we do is we kind of dole everything out. So as of like right here, we go, okay, this is the eBay side. So does it go on eBay? It gets put here. If it's for eBay slash like whatnot right here, or whatnot also goes over to the house, it goes here. If you're gonna sell it in the booth, that goes behind us. So then you have 3 different places right here where it goes. Then if you keep it, it goes to the house also. So that's how we really do it. And then what we'll do is once they get it like up here and we sort everything, we put them in these bins. And then when I'm ready to list on eBay, I just pull the bin and then I take it over and list what's inside the bin. And then the whatnot stuff back there, if we're running a, it depends what type of show. If it's a clothing show, we run, we'll take the clothing over. If it's like a everything show, we'll take a whole bunch of stuff over the house, look through it, and how we figure out what sells on what. Anything up to like 50 bucks, we'll sell on whatnot, unless it's a purse. All of our purses go to whatnot now. None of them go to eBay. And if it's like clothing, a lot of that's going to whatnot now, not eBay. On eBay, if you look at our store, we have some expensive stuff on there because that was the idea. So everything, we're not listing anything on eBay that isn't over $20 to $30 plus shipping. So like electronics is always going to go to eBay, and we ain't got no locks. Golf clubs are always going to be eBay. There's this big thing now on YouTube that a lot of people are quitting eBay, moving straight to live selling. Nor here nor there. I'm not saying that's a bad idea or a good idea. That is just not us. We have no plans to quit eBay. I see like a lot of comments still. You guys are quitting because we looked at your store. No, we are working on something gigantic in the background. It's taking a lot of our time and effort. I know this video is coming out 2 days late, and I have never missed a video or an upload in 4 years. So it's that serious that we're working on something really, really big and epic, and it's just pulling away some time. So we have been not sleeping a lot. We've been trying to get a lot done, and we just slipped up on a video. So we do apologize for that. But so what we're going to do is go ahead, get everything out of this unit. We do have only one order to pull. Today's going to be a big editing day and listing day for me, but we are going to go over to the booth, right? And check the booth out. We're going to take some stuff over. I haven't been to the booth in a month. Like, it has been a long time. We have been splitting up the what happens is, again, we run the reselling business together. We do this full time. I forget to always say that too. We are YouTube and reselling full time. It's all we do to make money. So sometimes, a couple weeks you'll have to go do stuff. I'll have to go do stuff. So it's been very, very busy for the last month, I'd say. But enough talking. Let's start moving some junk in here. There is a cedar chest in here that you actually wanted to keep. Let's go check that thing out real quick.
And the project, you guys will, this will all make sense.
Yeah, we're if it pans out, it's going to be part of the channel. It's going to be gigantic. You can guess down below what you think it is, but it's going to be very, very large. It's a big thing that we're working on, but we just don't know. We'll know in a couple months if it's going to go through or not. So we're not trying to show anybody. Nobody really knows what we're doing. It's just taking a lot of our time and effort. But in a couple months, if it works, it works.
Yep.
If not, nobody will ever know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So this is a cedar chest that you wanted to actually keep. It's very nice. It's from Lake Craft Shore out of Wisconsin and still has the key to it. So this is nice. I think you want to go ahead and keep that for the house, but all the rest of this is going to be stuff that needs to be loaded in there, gone through, because everything's still wrapped up basically. So we go in there, look through everything, and then dole it out. And then after that, we're gonna pull order, go to the booth. After we have unloaded everything here, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and divide it up. Then after that, we still ain't got somebody pay these bills. Then what happens is we would go home and list an item, and then we're not gonna do that on video. Basically, just take a picture, put it on eBay, boop, and then we're gonna tell you where we put it after that. First, you said you would grab some stuff for the booth. Mm-hmm. What are we looking like over here for booth wise? Because we don't know if we sold anything, right?
Right. So I'm not gonna take a whole lot.
What is that? Some? Oh my! Oh, they're tags. I was like, what do you have in the Tupperware container?
I have tags, so I put like home essentials.
Oh yeah.
So that way I don't have to
have exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's smart.
It's a lot easier to tell.
Oh yeah, show them that. We found this in that storage unit too. And go ahead and open it. I did not think that this is what would be inside of here, right? It's a nice little coffee pot, and they made like a home for it. Yeah, that's really nice. Super, super nice. That's pretty good. Your little nose is red. Are you cold?
Yeah, it's cold outside.
It's cold outside. So we're gonna go ahead and do is just pick a couple things, put them in the booth, and go over and pull an order. So after we would go home and list the item, then it comes back to here. And we have, did you do the shelving? You did some shelves, right?
Some shelves.
So we have been numbering the shelves, S9, S10, whatever it is. And then what you do is you just put a custom SKU after you're actually done listing it on eBay. Come put it in the shelf. We're pulling Jeep 4. And there you go. Jeep 4 is right there. You would then go home and pack it up and ship it out. It's just as easy as that. We get a lot of questions about our day-to-day routine. This is really about it. But as you can tell, we haven't listed a whole bunch on eBay. Today's going to be big listing day. We have some good stuff going on there. But that's all we got. Sent to the booth. Out at the Bounty Hunters Emporium in Surfside Beach, the place where we have our booth, right? Mm-hmm. And hopefully soon your boutique. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and go in here and I'll see if anything's sold. We're gonna go ahead and put some stuff in here. All right, we are out at the booth. It actually looks fairly full. Like we got the little pineapples up here. And I think in the last video you watched Kayla went and threw this entire thing, put a whole bunch of glassware down there. We still got the little kids. Nobody is digging these. So, and they're a good price. I think they're only like 10 bucks or 17 bucks or something like that. We might put the booth on sale. We don't know. But we got a whole bunch of cool stuff. We just hope we sell something soon. Get it? Hope. Pretty funny. The eagle's still in here. We did sell the one thing that I put in the booth, right? I said, hey, babe, why don't you put this in the booth? Here, there was another car. And I was like, this is definitely going to sell for like 5 or 10 bucks. That was the first thing that sold. So that's pretty cool. And we still got him for Valentine's Day. And then this is still here. That's pretty good too. That's only 45 bucks, but that ain't too shabby. We are back at the storage unit. We didn't really walk around the Bounty Hunters Emporium on camera. We kind of just did it by ourselves until we forgot to film it. But it's stocked. Everything's stocked up there. So if you want to go see that, and we had a sale and we wanted to come pull it real quick. All right, the steering wheel that we sold is in bin 28, and it's to the old Mustang. We put a new steering wheel in it. That's what I said. Reselling is not just to make a profit, which is good. But if you have a hobby, like maybe you like building cars or you like playing ball or something like that, instead of throwing away your old stuff, just sell it online and then buy your new stuff with part of the money that you got with your old stuff. And you're not really, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who just say, oh, this steering wheel is no good. No, there's somebody out there that's probably restoring a 2006 steering wheel. This one had some issues on the top of it. It's dirty. That's why I replaced it. But somebody wants this. Now, I wish I could sell the airbag, but I'm keeping the airbag on the shelf because the airbag is, there's a lot to ship an airbag. And also, like, the clock spring on the inside was worth some decent amount of money. So that ain't too shabby. I think that is about it. As you can tell, it is still empty in here. We need to go home and list some things for sure. And the good thing is nowadays is that we're not listing a ton of items. Like if you look behind you right there, there's some pipes that have been pre-done, which we've been selling the pipes. We actually had a whole bunch of sales. I can go over some more stuff that we pulled about 2 days ago or yesterday. We had a Winchester Model 190 inner magazine tube sell for 30 bucks. We actually had a pipe sell, a Ben Wade. If you ever see Ben Wade on the back of a pipe, definitely buy it. This thing sold for $100 plus shipping. Thank you to Esther, the ones that sent us the pipes. We do appreciate it. The Talk Box sound effect. It was in that bin. We got it out of the guitar lot or whatever from the storage unit. That sold for $95. No power supply, pedal only, 95 bucks. We had another trigger assembly sell. It was actually just the trigger guard from a 1903 Springfield, $125. Then we had another Roland dual mesh drum pad sell for 45 bucks. Another pipe sold for 70. Another trigger assembly sold for a Winchester LR, sold for $50. Another pipe sold for 70. The case knife sold for 95. I think we already went over that. And then we had a bolt sell from a Winchester for $55. So what you see there is a lot different than what we were doing previously. Previously, when we started this business 5 years ago, I remember staying up literally all night long and listing posters. Do you remember the poster lot that I had?
Yeah.
I had how many posters, honestly? Maybe 300 to 400 posters.
Yeah.
I took the time to go through all of these posters and list every poster on eBay, and I was listing them for $5 to $10 plus shipping. And I was doing it for hours and hours and hours. Which, if you need the money, and we needed the money then, that's not bad. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to make enough money so you can eat something and work the next day type of deal. That's where we were working with margins. Now what we're doing in eBay is a little bit different. Everything I just said there was over $20, and most of it was over $30, and we had a whole bunch of $50 to $100 sales. That's where we want to be at. That was the whole idea of doing this whole thing, is knowledge. Knowledge is key when it comes to this. What something can sell for, if it's a good sell-through rate. And that's one thing that I wish that I knew when I actually did this, because I wouldn't have bought half the stuff that I did. Half the stuff that I bought between year 1 and 3 was not that good. You know, it would sell eventually for $10 or something like that. So it would still sell on eBay. It just wasn't selling fast, and it wasn't selling for a good amount of money. So now our eBay business is small. Like we want to keep it small. Again, I've been saying this, and it's been working out to our advantage. Those sales are really, really good. Like, I know, like, it doesn't look like today it's been that good, but when I go home, we found some amazing stuff in this one storage unit. I'm gonna go home and list a couple things. One's gonna be 500, one's gonna be 200, and then one's gonna be probably like 50 or something like that. And I can get up to my $1,000 listing day with not listing a whole bunch. Before, it would be virtually impossible for me to list $1,000. So that is a big thing when it comes to this. We get a lot of questions about, well, how do I start? Where do I start? I would go ahead and just start on knowledge. Getting your knowledge when it comes to sell-through rates really important. The shipping and everything, you'll get that eventually. Like, that's not one thing that, you know, I'm not like in my brain like, oh, I wish I knew how to ship better when I was beginning. No, we got caught a couple times on some shipping issues, but the most important thing I think in this was going to be the knowledge on a sell-through rate for what sells and what doesn't sell, and also the amount of money that you need to get back from it. So, like, we have a certain thing we like to 3 times our money in the beginning. I'd be like, well, if I get half the money, that's pretty good. You know, if I double my money on $5 and I make $10, well, then we figured out how taxes work when you're self-employed, and that's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you double your money, you're really not making a whole bunch. Depending if you like take 1,000 to make 2,000, that's worth it. But if you're taking 2 to make 4, and you got to pay taxes on that with the fees, you're really not making a whole bunch of money. We had a couple of messages come in about, you know, how to get started, where to get started at. My thing is always start with the stuff around your house. I think most people have a lot of stuff around their house that they don't use. It's old, but people online want it. They want the stuff that you have, believe it or not. And that's the stuff I would be listing. And then also learn how to just do this sell-through rate. It's very easy. You just look at eBay, how many listed, how many sold, and then you just divide it and say, okay, that's good. And then if none of them ever sold, then probably not so good, or they're super long tail. The stuff that we're listing when it comes to these like statues that we found and artwork, they're expensive, but they will eventually sell. There are like one sold or none sold, but it takes a special human to buy like a $3,000 or $4,000 item. So you're not gonna have that on eBay every day, but a lot of stuff that you're gonna find in thrift stores, yard sales, they're gonna have a sell-through rate on eBay. So again, that's a good way to start at your house and then learn the sell-through rates. The shipping is not that difficult. Just watch a couple YouTube on how to ship things, the difference between priority. A lot of our stuff goes ground now. We don't even mess with priority, and how, you know, perfume goes ground and stuff like that. That's pretty easy stuff that you'll be able to figure out how to pack things. You'll learn that because when you get a whole bunch of stuff that's broken, you'll say, don't do that again. My brainolator said last time this broke, so we're gonna do it a little bit different. We just had a broken cast iron. It's because that I actually had the handle facing like a certain way. I think it took a side impact and broke it and chipped it. Now I was like, okay, because I don't ship a whole bunch of cast iron, so it was a good piece of cast iron too, so I was kind of sad about it. But that's just one of those things. That and organization in the beginning. So again, people are always like, you know, how do you start? Organization. I don't care if you get one bin. Do one bin, name it whatever. Name it Charlie the Bin. And when you custom SKU, put everything in Charlie the Bin, and that's your number one bin. And then just kind of go from there. Again, that was something we didn't do, and it was very difficult.
Clear bins.
Clear bins are always good. Yup, we do like the clear bins so we can see inside of them. That's for when you forget to put a Charlie number, you know, Charlie in the bin, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you're like, where's it at? You're like, oh, it's in Charlie. I can see right through, because we do that a lot.
Yeah.
And then another thing is separating your finances from personal and business. Even if you're a sole proprietor, I'm not telling this isn't tax information or financial stuff. This just helps us. Is that we did split it in the beginning. We didn't, and it was a lot of paperwork trying to figure out what was actually a business expense compared to a non-business expense, highlighters, written stuff down. Now everything is separate. Everything in the business is separate. So all that's write-off, all of this is personal. So they're just kind of like just little stepping stones to go ahead and moving forward in your business. I still think eBay is viable. There's a lot of things going online right now that people are fleeing eBay, and people, I'm telling you right now, it's a huge selling platform. And selling this, I'm not selling this on a platform live for $50. So, but eBay is still a viable platform to sell on. A lot of people I'm seeing are not selling on eBay anymore, and they're saying bad things. It is what it is. That's their opinion, and I'm sure it's a good, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. We're just saying eBay is still a viable way to make money, especially if you don't want to go live. Like a lot of people like to list it, put it up there, pack it. There's a lot to say to be done with that, because live you have to be there. It's one of those things, and you got to run shows. You have to constantly run shows to make money. eBay, you just go home and list for a couple hours, put this stuff on, you're done listing, it'll sell. So it's just a different thing. So if you want to get into eBay, don't get discouraged. Say, you know what, this is what I want to try to do. And if you want to get on live selling platforms, do that too. Do both. That's why we still hold a booth. It's because the booth makes us money every month. Now we go to the booth a lot, and you have to keep up the booth, but nothing will come without hard work.
Right.
Know that. Like, none of this.
It's easy.
Yeah, none of this is easy. No eBay is easy. No live selling is easy. No booth is easy. All of that takes time, effort, and the want to do it. So just remember that. That is it. But you know what? You can do it. That is the thing, that anything you want to do right now, you can absolutely do it. And selling on eBay is one of those. If you're retired, we still have not interviewed my dad, which I want to do soon. I want to interview my dad. He was retired 4 years ago. Now would be a good time to interview him and say, hey, listen, tell me your thoughts about eBay. What did you like about it? What did you learn? Because I know a lot of people are retired that watch us that would like to do a little side thing. Because there's a whole thing about Social Security that they learned about the taxes and all that. That's absolutely crazy. So you got to watch that. But now they're fully retired, and I think they can make like $42 million. So, so that's good. But yeah, we might interview him and go on from there. I know I said that probably about a year ago, and we just got super busy. But we probably want to go ahead and get that one going. But we do appreciate everybody watching. We're going to go home, pack up the old steering wheel, list some stuff on eBay, and we'll catch you on the next one.